Imagine a world of glittering empires, resplendent with wealth and power. The Hittites, masters of iron and chariot warfare, the Mycenaean Greeks, builders of citadels, and Egypt, the land of pharaohs and pyramids. These were the superpowers of the Bronze Age, each vying for dominance and influence. Their trade network spanned continents, connecting distant lands through the exchange of goods, ideas, and culture. Their armies were legendary, feared for their bronze weapons and sophisticated tactics, capable of conquering vast territories. And their cities were marvels of engineering, boasting towering walls, intricate palaces, and advanced infrastructure. But around 1200 BCE, a cataclysmic event shook the foundations of this world. This interconnected world, so vibrant and prosperous, unraveled with shocking speed, plunging into chaos and darkness. Great cities were destroyed, their once imposing structures reduced to smoldering ruins. Trade routes fell silent, the bustling harbors abandoned, and the flow of commerce ground to a halt. And entire civilizations collapsed into a dark age, their knowledge and achievements lost to time. For years, historians blamed famine, earthquakes, or rebellion, attributing the collapse to natural disasters and internal strife. But the evidence, carefully pieced together from archaeological digs and ancient texts, pointed to something more sinister. A deliberate and coordinated campaign of destruction. A wave of coordinated, violent destruction swept across the known world, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Layers of ash and rubble mark where bustling cities once stood, silent testaments to a bygone era. Hidden treasures buried in haste were never reclaimed, remaining untouched for millennia. Art, writing, and administration vanished almost overnight, plunging societies into illiteracy and disarray. The question remains, echoing through the corridors of time: who could bring down multiple empires at once, orchestrating such widespread destruction? The answer, whispered in ancient texts and hinted at in fragmented inscriptions, is chilling. The Sea Peoples. Not a single nation with a unified purpose, but a mysterious confederation of seafaring raiders, their origins shrouded in mystery. They appeared from nowhere, armed and organized for conquest, their motives as enigmatic as their origins. Their arrival marked the end of an era, ushering in a period of upheaval and transformation, and left behind one of history's greatest mysteries, a puzzle that continues to fascinate and intrigue us to this day. Who were the Sea Peoples? The truth is, we don't know. They left no cities, no monuments, only the terrified accounts of their victims, mainly the Egyptians. Egyptian records describe them as a coalition: Peliset, Jekka, Shurden, Luka, Ekwesh. Each with unique weapons and dress, they traveled with families in ox carts, seeking new lands, not just loot. Their origins are debated: displaced Greeks, Anatolians, or even Western Mediterranean peoples. Catastrophic events, drought, famine, earthquakes, may have forced them into a desperate, nomadic existence. Their identity is lost, but their impact was written in the ashes of the civilizations they destroyed. The Sea Peoples' attacks were relentless, a storm of steel and fire that swept across the ancient world. They were battering the eastern Mediterranean for decades, leaving a trail of destruction and chaos in their wake. Coastal cities, once vibrant hubs of trade and culture, were reduced to smoldering ruins. The mighty Hittite Empire, a dominant force in the region for centuries, ultimately fell, its power broken by relentless attacks. Its capital, Hattusa, a sprawling metropolis and center of Hittite power, was burned to the ground, its magnificent structures consumed by flames. The once proud city was abandoned and vanished from history, its legacy fading into the mists of time. Cities like Ugarit, a vital trading port, were utterly destroyed, its vibrant culture extinguished. One king's desperate plea for help, etched on a clay tablet, was never sent, a silent testament to the city's demise. The tablet remained frozen in a kiln, preserved for millennia as the city fell, a poignant reminder of a civilization lost. The Mycenaean Greeks' palaces, centers of power and wealth, were systematically sacked and looted. Their complex writing system, Linear B, disappeared, its secrets lost for centuries. And Greece plunged into a dark age, a period of decline and upheaval, its former glory eclipsed by uncertainty. The Sea Peoples shattered palace economies, disrupting trade routes and destabilizing the region's financial systems. They left chaos in their wake, a legacy of destruction that reshaped the ancient world. They struck by sea, their ships appearing on the horizon like harbingers of doom. Their raids were fast and unpredictable, catching their enemies off guard and sowing panic. They were overwhelming defenses with surprising speed and ferocity. Often they would overwhelm their targets before a coordinated response could be mustered. For the great kings, it was like fighting a phantom, a shadowy enemy they could never quite grasp. They were an enemy that appeared from the waves and vanished just as quickly, leaving behind only devastation. In the end, they were leaving only ruins, a stark reminder of the fragility of civilization. As mighty empires crumbled and the echoes of forgotten battles faded into the sands of time, Egypt, a land of pharaohs and pyramids, stood alone, a beacon of resilience against the encroaching darkness. Pharaoh Meneptah was the first to bravely repel a Sea People's invasion, turning back the tide of chaos, but the relentless threat persisted, looming on the horizon like a gathering storm. The ultimate showdown, a clash of civilizations, came under the reign of the great Ramesses III around 1177 BCE, a pivotal moment etched in the annals of history. The Sea Peoples, a coalition of seafaring warriors, launched a massive, coordinated land and sea assault, threatening to engulf Egypt in a wave of destruction. Ramesses III, a master strategist, cleverly lured their formidable fleet into the treacherous Nile's marshes, where highly skilled Egyptian archers and marines lay in wait, ready to unleash a devastating ambush. The detailed reliefs at Medinet Habu vividly depict the ensuing chaos, ships capsizing amidst the raging battle, desperate warriors drowning in the murky waters, and brutal hand-to-hand combat, a desperate struggle for survival. In the end, Egypt secured a decisive and hard-fought victory, utterly defeating both the Sea People's mighty fleet and their formidable land army, shattering their dreams of conquest. But the cost of victory was immense. Egypt's once overflowing treasury was severely depleted and its mighty military was utterly exhausted. Though Egypt survived the onslaught, standing as a testament to its enduring strength, it soon began to lose its valuable territories and entered a period of irreversible decline. The Bronze Age world, once vibrant and thriving, was now shattered beyond repair. Egypt's hard-won victory, in a cruel twist of fate, was ultimately the end of an era, not a triumphant return to its former glory and unparalleled power. The relentless Sea Peoples, in their destructive wake, had irrevocably changed the course of history, ushering in a new age. The old world, with its established empires and ancient traditions, was gone forever, lost to the sands of time. The Sea People's true identity remains a mystery. As a mobile seaborne confederation, they left no cities or artifacts, only destruction. Our evidence is second-hand, filtered through the propaganda of their enemies. The collapse they triggered erased writing and records, plunging the region into a dark age. By the time literacy returned, their memory had faded into legend. The Sea Peoples remain ghosts, an enigma that reminds us how fragile civilization can be. Their legacy is the mystery they left behind, and the search for answers continues.